scales can be removed, and I'll do that in a little bit. And inside it's skeletonized, which means it's hollow. So you can store things in there, and I've actually got a few matches and some tinder. I love that it's full tang. And the finger choil is great. Blade length is good. I don't like too large of a blade, usually. It has to be portable and comfortable to carry, or else you're not going to have it on you. So this being in at 7.2 ounces, or 7.4 ounces, excuse me, is nice weight. And yet it's very strong design, so I like that combination. The shock mitigation system, the red liners, as they call it, SMS, is noticeable actually. When I was testing it, batoning and chopping, it did take a little bit of that shock out of there, so that's nice. It was noticeable. Let's see, the steel is extremely tough. It holds an edge well, good at edge retention. As you can see, the powder coating holds up pretty good too. I've cleaned this with mineral oil after I used it, but I batoned through some pretty good wood. I didn't get that recorded. I may do a later recording showing that. But it definitely is tough steel, holds its edge well, easy to sharpen. I keep it oiled with mineral oil, that way I can still use this for food prep if I had to. You don't want to use WD-40 or something like that if you're going to do food prep with the knife. So mineral oil is excellent for that purpose, in my opinion. It's not the most comfortable handle, but it certainly will hold up. It's durable, and if you get it wet or bloody, it'll be even more grippy. So it accomplishes its task, but I have other knives with better handles, in my opinion. I prefer wood or some of the rubber options perhaps, and it all depends on preferences, but that's just something that in my opinion is something to keep in mind. So pros: it has good balance, it's full tang, skeletonized to save weight, room in the handle to store a few things. The handle screws are simple flathead screws. You can use a washer. I have a washer on my sheath, my Kydex sheath, that can unscrew these. Micarta scales are good when wet and bloody. They look nice too. Nice finger choil for detailed work. The 5160 steel is fantastic, easy to sharpen, holds its edge. Blade geometry is good for slicing, stabbing, batoning. It's not the best for batoning, but it works good. It's lightweight, made in the USA. Bucks Forever warranty is famous. It follows the knife, not the owner. So I could give this to my son or daughter, hand it down, and the warranty will still be good. So that's excellent. That's something to keep in mind with Buck. Cons: the handle, like I said, the handle scales were a little bit sharp on the edges. You can sand them down to make them more comfortable. Note: do that in a well ventilated area. Micarta particles are not good to breathe in. So make sure you do that outside, or open all your windows or what have you. Micarta is initially cold to the touch on cold days compared to wood or rubber handle. And that's another thing to keep in mind. The handle doesn't feel my hands. It has no palm swell. It feels good in the hand, but I prefer a knife with a palm swell to feel more comfortable. I don't like the thumb ramp design as much. I prefer jimping. It does work, it's functional, but it's not something I prefer. The sheath, in my opinion, is too big. It weighs too much. It's too tactical design. It doesn't match the knife, in my opinion, very well. I'm a fan of the sheath. I'm not saying it's a bad sheath. Like, a lot of knives these days don't come with very good sheaths. This is a good sheath. It's just not what I was looking for, so that's why I made my own. And lastly, the name is a little bit off-putting. What's the knife you're carrying? Oh, I'm carrying a punk. It's just, you know, it is what it is. There's a reason for the name, but I would prefer something else possibly, but it is what it is, and it has a story behind it and a reason, so there you go. There's the pros and cons for the Raw and Hood design Buck Knives Punk. So a couple other things to talk about. For those that don't know, a full flat grind, let's define that really quick. You can see a flat grind reaches all the way up to the spine. So it starts at the spine and the bevel goes down to the secondary bevel all the way. It resembles a saber grind, but the characteristics are different. The flat grind is more work than a hollow or saber grind to do because more material needs to be ground away in the process. But it does leave you with a blade that's stronger than a hollow grind and a better at cutting than a saber grind. So it's kind of a jack of all trades, which is great for a survival knife because it's got some decent belly. You can skin with it. It's got good piercing ability. It's good for batoning. It's good for slicing. There's a lot of things you can do with this knife with that flat grind. So there you go. Really quick, I'll explain Buck's Forever warranty. From their website it says, "We warranty each and every Buck knife to be free of defects in material and workmanship for the life of the knife. And we will repair or replace with a new Buck knife at our option any Buck knife that is defective. Buck Knives does not warrant its products against normal wear or misuse." So they're not intended, it says Buck Knives are not intended to be used as hammers, chisels, pry bars, or screwdrivers. Again, the right tool for the right job. So I really believe in that. If your knife was damaged due to misuse, our repair department can analyze the damage and repair it for a reasonable fee. If your knife is unable to be repaired, we'll extend a one-time courtesy offer allowing you the option to purchase a new knife for 50% off MSRP price listed on the website, excluding any custom knives or web specials. I really wanted to explain this warranty in detail because it's such a great warranty. The key word of the fact that it will be for the life of the knife, not the life of the owner, is amazing. And Buck Knives has been open for a long time, so that means something. So there you go. There's Buck's Forever warranty. I don't think you'll ever need to worry about a knife that you purchase from them. So that's something to keep in mind when considering the cost of their knives, is the fact that they stand behind it so much. So that's Buck's Forever warranty. Okay, last couple things we're going to do. I'll go ahead and show the knife next to a tape measure. Just kind of give you a real world idea of the size of the knife. Obviously it's on a piece of paper, so it's 11 inches exactly as long as a piece of paper. There's the blade length, a little over 5.5, a cutting edge of about 5 1/4, and then there's the handle. Compare it to the Boker Arbolito Venador that I just showed in the previous review. Give you an idea. The Boker's blade is a lot more robust, as you can tell. Definitely a different design. So that just gives you a size comparison. I'm going to also remove the handle scales really quick and show you the inside of the knife. So bear with me while I do that. Just use my trusty Leatherman. I really like that these are flathead screws, standard Phillips head screws. That makes it really easy to do this if you need to. You can make it into a spear. You can access any survival equipment you may have in there. So there we go. Got a few matches, some dryer lint, taped up in a nice plastic piece. So there's the red liners and the micarta scales, and the skeletonized handle. This saves weight, and it also has to do with the shock mitigation. It still is a very strong design. I really like this, the fact that it has the skeletonized handle. One of the main reasons I picked this knife out was the steel and the weight. I'm not a fan of hiking long distances with huge knives that weigh a lot. I like a knife that can do everything I ask of it, but still be in that weight range that I'm looking for. So there it is with the scales off of it. Thanks for joining me on Tools, Tactics, and Training again. This is the review of the Buck Punk knife. Very excellent survival knife. And again, I just want to reiterate, I'm doing this channel to just share information about tools, tactics, and training that I have and I know about, and it's all just personal opinions and information. I'm not doing this to please everybody. I don't care about any misgivings on my reviews. Constructive criticism is always welcome. And yeah, so for all those that are just here to check out the knife, thanks for stopping by.